Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. And today, our special guest is none other than Amaziyah, the Great, and he'll be doing the Poetry Corner. Flavius and Maxwanette is here with me this morning as well.
Morning, listeners. Morning, Max. Morning, Franco.
Top of the morning, everyone. The one and only Amaziyah, the Great.
Amaziyah.
Great indeed.
How are you?
Wagwan.
What's up, my dears? Good to talk to you again. So, Amaziyah,
yes.
First thing, how are you doing?
Well, I am doing great indeed. Give thanks to the Most High. We have life, so blessings and respect.
Beautiful. How are the kids? Everybody good? Family good?
Yeah, man. Kids are okay. All of them there with me. I go and chill out with daddy and see it.
Beautiful. Blessings. So tell me, Amaziyah, let me just jump right on into it. Because, today is your day. We want you to shine and share yourself with us. First thing I have to ask you.
Well, Max, before we even jump right in it, let me take the time out firstly. As we say, give thanks to the Most High. Big up Franco, big up Flavius, and big up you yourself, Maxwanette. Big up all of the audience we're out there in the World Wide Web tuning in now, and who else will be tuning in after. You get a message, so enough respect to that. That give respect to all of the fans them. So if we just jump in it right away without no delay.
All right, no problem.
Sweet. Tell them precisely. So, Amaziyah, let me ask you something. First of all, I would like to know, where did you get the name Amaziyah? And then tell us about who is Amaziyah.
Well, first, during my school years, attending Dental Technical, I was Ambrose, because at one point, some of my friends them said me long and feel about the cricketer name Ambrose, so I think that's how I got the name.
Okay.
Entering Dental Technical High School, middle of it, just my skull, not hair on my head, everything did shave off. And the name Skull, Ambrose Skull goes together. I did like it. And then doing graffiti, me did not so, me did just, me grow good, but, some things we do as youth, we just draw up our pants, we have that skull thing there. And I was just a different look to a lot of people. People just always call some form of attention, so to speak. Leaving Dental Technical in 98, me did doing poetry then and some local performance. But already I get the attention of, being a star, because anything me say by then, surrounded by the females, me did have a local fan base in a school. So they decided to take it to music. When I did, so I still have used the name Ambrose Skull. But then I later met with Richie Stevens at the Hilton Hotel. Him and Bankilos, and them I say, yo, him have an image, him have a look like the killer. And you
mean Bounty Killer? That mean Bounty Killer?
Yes.
Okay,
Bounty Killer the artist. Not the serial killer, Bounty Killer the artist. So the next one I said, no man, him have a butcher and butcher young man, look for him good man. Because them time them here they grow up, you get me, and it was a debate. Dancehall Queen Carlene said, I saw you and thought it was Bounty Killer. Yeah, and me get that a lot from people, you get me, back then. And even when she said that, I was like, yeah, that's what they all say. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So, it was later after that I dug deep and I realized, I was reading the Bible one day and I realized Amaziyah was a king from Judah. But it felt differently. And I managed to give my definition because amazing. The word Amaziyah come from amazing, and I represent I myself. And Yah, which is Yahweh. So the amazing one inspired by the Most High. That's just my opinion.
True.
Wow. Wow, that's a beautiful combination.
Yeah, man, and it never changed from then. We still work with it right back till today.
Okay. What is it you say from again, Amaziyah?
One again?
What part of Jamaica you say you're from? What part of Jamaica you say you're from again, Amaziyah?
Spanish Town Jamaica. I reside in our place named Fraser's Content. We grew up at Featherbed Lane. Two
Nice.
neighboring communities.
Nice. So tell me, I'm curious. What made you decide poetry? How did poetry just, even though you were doing it, what made you decide to go where you are now with poetry?
All right. Doing poetry in school, one, I like it because English was like my favorite subject. Two, I was surrounded by a lot of females, because you know that love poem something they go and I'll be in around a lot of girls. I like then after that,
What's up,
you know, after me leave out of school, I'm still connected because I still like the group still try to get to me.
Okay.
No, am I still like on here because I still like the group?
Yes, you're still on. No, really? I don't.
Yes.
Franco?
Yeah, man, we're not still live, man. Everything is
We're
live.
We're still here. You don't just ignore it. Just keep going.
Okay. Yeah, so I left Featherbed Lane now, you know, about 17. I was by my mom's house in Fraser's Content, and that's where I met artist Alpha Rowan. And, you know, him introduced me to studio and all of that, Sonic Sounds. I did up on a boat with him, I get to know a few artists, Natural Blacks, them time there. And, you know, look after that, we went by Portmore and in studio. And later, I did my first recording. It was like a song because, you know, we been performing poems, like a different type of vibe, you know, them time they kind of mix it up with like a dancehall type of thing, you get me? And it grabs some attention.
So wait a minute. Let me interrupt you briefly if I may ask you. So you consider yourself a dub poet?
I just tell myself I'm a poet. Call me the poet in a different type of vibe. You get me? I say some would not go say just dub. Me just good with poet, being a poet, and sometimes I just use the word artist. Cause being artistic, you know, we create a lot of things. You get me? I say so. Me always slash poet artist. The thing about being an artist, sometimes it confuses people, and the last time I was at a money transaction place, and you know, she said occupation, and I said artist. And she said, which one? I said, all of the above, except one. And she said, what I talk about? I said, I am a graphic artist. I can design flyers and posters and the whole 9 yards. I'm a musical artist. I'm a poetic artist. And I can do performing arts, but I am not a con artist.
Flavius, you got one for you got a question for him?
That's so good. Flavius drop. Flavius drop. So it's just you and I.
Okay,
I'm gonna call Flavius in a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Man. So go on.
Yeah, man. Continue.
Yeah, man. So getting involved with music and the whole 9 yards. It's a long journey because we still not consider ourselves out there yet. You get me? But you know, we stick to the positive sides. When I go sing, say, you know, people forget bullet and, you know, discriminate and disrespect our females. You won't be hearing that from Amaziyah the Great because the name says it all. We do amazing things greatly to inspire, motivate, and uplift people. So most of the world who listen music, yo, are who listen dancehall type of vibe. Them like the more negative side of stuff. You get the message? So probably I don't know if that's the reason. But me still know me I do, yeah. And being around the musical circle is like Maria is what them are going with in terms of the contents where them are put out. There are a few good artists and so I'm not diss them either. But I feel expressing myself via poetry it reaches the core more. You get me? I say so. But besides, I still do music, yeah, but I enjoy performing poetry more because people can understand what I go through, or you know, they can really relate to stuff that me experience this, and you know, them can feel just the same.
Right, right, right.
True.
So when I compare
Michael, you have any
performing, when I compare performing music, I've never been booed off our stage doing poetry yet. I'm gonna get a couple of boos doing cause sometimes the crowd don't want to hear where I said. Now one of the most touching performance I did was in North Carolina, where I after perform a piece of my poetry. This Rasta lady came up to me. She's somewhere from the Caribbean, but she resides in North Carolina. And, you know, tears were in her eyes, like, really, I want to run out. I mean, I'm like, whoa, this never happened before. And I'm like, yeah. So it's quite fascinating to know that people can say the same exact words that you are saying is the same things that I'm going through. You get what I'm saying? So, the main thing is, you know, delivering my art is to connect to people. You get me? And, you know, from even if it's just only one person after fine performance, just come and say, yo, I really love what I do. You know, that is like magical moments to me, making my day.
Right. So let me ask you something. Because you and I talk Amaziyah. And as we all know, Franco and Flavius on the show itself, domestic violence and the killing of women is very prevalent in Jamaica at the moment. And I'm here to talk about it again because as a woman, a Jamaican descent, and I don't like it. And I know a lot of the men, I know both of you are not, all three of you don't like it as well. Tell me, Amaziyah, how has this affected your poetry and how you feel about the situation itself? Because I know you had a piece that you're going to recite, and I kind of didn't. I was kind of skeptic about the piece because I was wondering. I wonder if the men are going to get even more excited, and upset. But you said to me, "No, I need to let the men know that this is not good, and I don't like it." So you want to spread a little more, elaborate further on that for me?
Well, not just only that recent, you know, abduction, killing, raping, robbing of a woman, Agwan. I've been a person to, you know, talk out against these things ever since 2016. I did My Name is Pam, and before I go into the recent one that I wrote called The Bitterness, I think I will, you know, perform My Name is Pam a bit. And my reason for writing My Name is Pam now is like, you know, like I said, ever since high school, I've been like close friends with the females. And, you know, sometimes women do want persons they can really talk to and maybe have to trust and share things with, because not everybody can do that, share something with. True. Women have to be very careful with who they rap with, they socialize with. They get to know who them tell them secrets, because some men use this as opportunity to get closer to them, pretending like they care. And honestly to God, I've never tried to use that avenue, never before. You get the man say, at one point I was reasoning with a female friend of mine, and she says to me that, you know, you are the only man who have ever talked to me and never mentioned the SCX word. I mean, I say, yo, in life, there are times, you know, not everybody we can just run into and say, yeah, we want to do that with. Because at the end of the day, you have to be able to motivate persons. You get me? I say, especially when they're emotionally hurt and, you know, scarred. You get me? So I've always, ever since 2016, you know, when I did My Name is Pam, I tried to reach out to a lot of people. I got lots of feedback from females, especially, and they're really loving that one because, you know, Pam went through an abusive relationship. She moved from that and find someone else, but that brother take her for idiot. And then after that, she find a next one who him did a idiot, him actually kill himself. And you know what, the list goes on. I will perform and you will hear in a few. So these are really some of the things, you know, female do go through. And some of them just, you know, there till them end up in a bitter cold world. You get to me?
So Amaziyah. Give us a piece right. So I'm not happy, but give me a piece right now. So we're gonna recite My Name is Pam. We would love to hear it.
That's fine. So me I go get tonight.
Forward with the thing. Yes, son.
So big up the listeners them all across the globe. Amaziyah the Great. No to domestic violence, no to abuse. Frank, come tell them precisely. Maxwanette, are you ready?
Ready.
Pam was sad and sulky because Roy always made her cry. He was too busy being a boisterous bully, plus a sour selfish guy. She was somewhat bewildered as tears rained from her weeping eyes. Her relationship wasn't smooth sailing, so she told him goodbye. He yelled, "Hey, if you ever leave, damn, you're gonna die. I'm the one who'll make you and I'll break you, so go on if you want to try." The nosy neighbor from next door shouted, "Somebody, call police." She was by her usual spot at the zinc fence where she peeped. Mira was too busy taking a selfie to share a Facebook post. Then suddenly started recording and virally shared it most. The preaching pastor came praying, but counseling never worked. Pam ran away the following day when Roy was out for work. She later found Dick, who gave her firm attention. She enjoyed having sex, but oops, no protection. Few months later, she was pregnant. No baby father was around. Her mind went Googling, but Dick was never found. Billy shortly took her up and offered for her to be his bride. She was more than delighted and promised never to leave his side. He thought he was the baby's father. Happiness displayed evidently in his eyes. Billy felt silly when he found out it wasn't so, and later commit suicide. Pam never had good education. She sold back juice to make ends meet. Few months after she gave birth, she was selling her body on the streets. Life journey got intricate. She prayed and said, "Oh God, I can't take no more." A year after, she bought a car. Some people called her whore. She later furthered her education because she knew she wanted to soar. Now can you guess and tell me who is that janitor at her self-owned clothing store? Once again, it's the voice of Amaziyah the Great. I'm going to take the time out to big up all of the women them all across the globe. Tell them precisely, don't stay in domestic abuse. Strive for excellence. Strive and be independent. Tell them precisely, it's the Great Way, the Gateway. You're tuned in to the Poetry Corner. Tell them precisely.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Well, Amaziyah,
Wow.
So that was
I have a question, but before I make the question, I'm going to say something. It was a good thing. Sometime there was a point in your life you wanted to attend Edna Manley School, right?
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. So you basically start doing other stuff because, as we all know, you're a talented individual.
Yes.
Has any time in your life you ever still feel like you would have gone or you could have go again?
Edna?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily must Edna, but I will, it's all about, when you grow up in the poor part of yard and, your financial strain and struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of the things that, amputated the whole of the effort, them time there, it was lack of finance and funding and all of that. And then, pick the band. Mm-hmm. And then from the kids came along, they're like first love. So you have to just stick with them and try, get for them thing out of the way. You get what I say? But, art will always be in my heart.
Okay. Well, we all know you're not Miss from Edna Manley because you're doing some amazing stuff. I've seen your work, I've listened to your program and things like that. And there's a point sometime I used to say the greatest artists sometime most of them are never been heard. And thank God for social media that this platform now, has shed the light. For people like yourself. So my thing to you is this. I mean, the poems them is great. I think you should do an album. You understand me?
People been asking for an album. People asking for a book, and I have
to
blame myself because it's just that me getting. I'm super busy like a bumblebee. So, there are a lot of stuff I have to be doing. Sometimes I wonder how me do it. You get what I say? But you know, it has to be done because I see where I'm needed, you know, in this world as it relates to, you know, alleviating not just my struggles but other people's struggles. You get me?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, I got on you already to get that book done, Amaziyah.
Precisely.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
So
with
before we
Franco,
go on to the next topic, Maxwanette, you did ask a question, and like how me just do, my name is Pam. It takes me to the bitterness. Now, the bitterness now is, as we did say before earlier, it's such a sad situation how men who should have been defenders of our people, defenders of our women and children, have become enemies of our own people. And this, to me, this is something that was, you know, people are, it's like miseducated from generations before now. People are ignorant and, you know, them now have the knowledge of certain levity or how to, you know, become normal among men. Now, as them say, people live where them learn. Yeah, that's a one thing. Right. But you grow now and you become a man and you understand, because if most of these killings or abduction or these bitterness were going was between some 17, 19-year-old, we could understand to a level. But some of the, like the recent one was this 50-year-old man. You know, you take with the local pitney and your kid, you know, we're totally against these things. And, you know, but we're not going to get too much into that. I'm going to go into the poem now. So, the bitterness, and this was a female who, you know, she faced it wicked. Like a toddler, crying for mom's breast milk. I saw tears race down her bony face. She was pensive and motionless, like she was lost in space. She then broke the silence, screaming out, I'm such a big disgrace. I quickly interjected, honey, what's wrong? And she yelled, get the hell out of my space. All you men are just the same, cheat. Lies, you all take love for a game. I hate men forever. I should have killed Trevor, yeah. Put a bullet in my brain. Baby, hold on now. yeah, take this too far. Are you drunk or insane? Craig, you're not going to understand me. You can't feel my pain. I was raped when I was 9. It really shattered my mind. Decade after, I tried to move on to get myself back in line. I thought Tom was the best thing until he slept with my sister. So I had sex with his best friend and WhatsApp him the flipping picture. All my life I've been hurt. I need to start attending church, searching for comfort, but life grew worse. Few months after, she was impregnated by the comforting pastor. Threatened to do an abortion or else her life would be a disaster. I tried to convince her, telling her she's still precious and worth more than diamonds and gold. She says she still hates men. Her heart is now cold. I offered a hug. She squeezed me tightly, saying, thank you, Mr. Kirkland, for attempting to make me feel lively. But how will I live with the fact of knowing that I'm infected with HIV? The bitterness. Tell them precisely.
It's really bitter, my brother. Wow, it's really bitter.
That leaves me breathless. Leaves me breathless.
Yes, Vegas. What's your input on that?
Yeah. Breathless. That left breathless.
You see, Amaziyah.
Because it's so real and so true. Happens every day.
Yeah. Oh,
the circle that's going around. Serious
Mm-hmm.
circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have them every day, and you say, you know, a lot of females they go about and they, you know, as nice as I see them be, these are the things they encounter, and you know, I take this opportunity to tell the boy them the nasty beast them around. Say, yo, no need to stop it.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, man. And some of them take it too far a level to tell themselves, them trick themselves, you know, say them rule and run things. Cause themselves them a trick.
Yeah.
And then if a woman decides that she's you're cropping your problem lower makes you one. Because why would a woman want to waste her rest of her life with you if you move like that? You get what I'm saying? A woman decides to move and elevate herself because she's there with the 3, 4, 5 years and you see the relationship now work. And then, you know, some of these women keep, you know, also tricking themselves and tell themselves, oh, I'm going to give them some time because it's going to work. And some of them will say, oh, we don't really want to move because I don't want it to look like me that have, you know, 2, 3, and 4 man. Move on and get 2, 3, and 4 man because at the end of the day, life things evolve. Don't stay and get bruised and battered and beaten by some boisterous bullies. You get what I say? But anyway, me have a next thing we want to tell them, so you will be okay. You are remarkable, ladies. You are strong. God's greatest gift. Follow him, you will never go wrong. You are smart. You are noble. Pay keen ears to every word like I told you. You see, because we're overcast and torrential rain for days. Throughout your darkest moments, you've experienced pain for days. Cold and bitter, angry and confused. Be cautious with your steps before you make the wrong move. Are you probably feeling a bit empty right now, somewhat unsatisfied? Fret not, because Jah already sent an angel to be your travel guide. You will be okay, okay? Just know that God is real. After you come this sophisticated phase, it will be the strongest you ever feel. You are beautiful, ladies. You are sweet. Trample hypocrites beneath your feet. Be patient and pray more. You will be okay. Forget about them who not believe in you. You have no time to play. You are a fighter. You are a survivor who resists to quit. You are loved. You are a queen who deserve lifetime happiness. Tell them precisely.
Beautiful, beautiful, Amaziyah. Respect.
Yeah, man, wonderful.
That's a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Let me
heard.
ask you something, Amaziyah.
1 minute here, 1 minute, 1 minute, Max. I heard recently, you know, an artist who's in the dancehall fraternity. He said something. He's a very controversial individual. And some people see him as way extreme. But he said something. I saw a video of him. And he said something which is true. Him say, we have some hypocrites in our business, in the dancehall. And they will sing all of these profanity against women and also, you know, pump up the men them who are doing evil things against them brothers, them sisters, you know, and children. And then them same one now come when them see just maybe one death or, you know, something that everybody is riding. They jump on it and say, this for stop, that for stop. But then give them 9 days after. Then they will, yeah. And he's referring to the 9 days as when the 9 night done and the person buried.
Right.
Those same artists.
Yeah, we see that. That's true. That's so true.
Yeah, dancing gun lyrics. And
you see,
as he was trying to explain, because him say, no, some people are going to say, boy, you're too controversial, you know, and the artist is Vegas. And what he was saying was absolutely true. You understand me?
right.
Amaziyah, you mentioned it's a children learn what them see, what them hear.
That's right.
Bad examples around children, them are going to figure, say, boy, it's good. You know, as Flavius mentioned the other day, growing up, we used to see policemen, bus conductors, drivers, nurse, doctors. They were good role models, and now most of them you can't even look to them as role models. Because they are involved in some of what is going on, the bullshit. So I've been saying it from the year start. Say, poets are the ones now who going to have to change it. Because
I see that also.
Yep.
I see that.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I'm telling you, Amaziyah, you have to put this on record. These are the things.
The only thing though, I'm a see it, you know, I see it a leap over in the poetry world where, because I want to tell you, there are poets who are willing to support other poets, and then there are those who feel like said them are the one, you know, them not support the one.
Very true.
And you know,
true.
but me just meet Maxwanette like you know, some time ago recently, and I mean, I tell her, so she showed me more love and support more than them who me know long before. You get to me and say, and you know, it can't work like that. You be willing to share other people's stuff, and whether them hear this and get upset after, we really don't care because I just talk the truth. So if you not listen now or not listen then, some of you start contribute to sharing other people's stuff. You get to me and say, Missy Maxwanette, Antonia Valier, you see them and some others, them share people's stuff more than them share for them stuff. You get to me and say, you know,
true.
me see me videotape some of them and I put out and I promote, and me never see them and share it. I mean, I say, yo, but it's your work, so why am I going to refuse to share it? I don't know. So, poets have opportunity to lead, but them have to know that there is nothing in the world I go work without support.
Yeah, now is the time. Now is the time, you know.
So whoever I miss up, me say Amanda Garman take it to the inaugural, and me I tell her say I feel proud, and me I say that also fuel my fire to do this thing more. You get to me and say?
Yeah.
Right now, them I blame. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Finish. Go ahead.
As me talk about poetry and, you know, the whole 9 yards, me I say, yeah, we have the advantage to take it to a different level. You get what me I say, especially that Garman came about, and, you know, it grabbed many attention, millions all across the world. So poetry does not speak up. Now me see the government, them I blame dancehall music. I say contribute to crime, which me still not gonna deny that. But I think there are so many other things as we talk about crime and what contributes to crime. You get me, I say? So if I have the time, let me recite this poem.
Go ahead.
The blame game will never solve crime. You know, the blame game will never solve crime. Since no one point fingers, let me shed some light. Everything contributes to crime. Miseducation, misinformation, crime. Correct me if I'm lying, but politicians and politics too do contribute highly to crime. Some music, yeah, of course it does contribute to crime. There's no denying. So does religion and toxic relationships, even sex and ignorant people with negative bad mind. Greed also power. Greed is also crime. Telling lies to people all the time. So does the movies and music videos and video games. They're all part of the reasons why folks are even dying. Being poor is a crime. The way the system designed is a crime. Trying to control my people's mind is a crime. The banking system is a crime. You took my money, you flipped my money, you never give me back a dime, then expect me to smile. Gambling contributes to crime. Pharmaceutical drugs contribute to crime. Police arrested Uncle Barry for marijuana. He was only trying to settle in his mind. I had a friend who did jail time when he wasn't the one who originally committed the crime. Why? Because the injustice system that is unkind. After his release, he became a shot and murdering people because they messed up his mind. This whole pandemic where we experience is a crime. Globally, I see police walk free when obviously they were the ones who committed the crime. Hey, please, bear this in mind. We don't need to be pointing fingers next time. Everything contributes to crime. We all have a duty. Step on a serious one crime for the client. Let's work together. Please share this with a smile. Yes.
Wicked.
Wow.
Boy. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. All of this must be on wax.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It has to be on wax.
Pam the Pan Wax. You know, Pam is available on iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, all digital download streaming platform. Pam is also a short movie. There's an extended version, but pardon my French in it because, you know, I have to be expressive, so there's a little bit of explicit in the extended version.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because we do have to keep it real. There's no way I could, you know, express myself without, you know, giving the expression. And since we are on the topic crime, let me perform crime and violence because, you know, no, we have to try harder to get this crime thing out. You get me and say, the people them get confused with illusion and then not focus on the real thing.
True.
True.
Crime on violence, get it out. Guns popping and stopping every day, busting out. War start now, can't partner when brains splashing out. People screaming, them weeping of tears, dashing out. The crime and the violence, we must get it out. Guns popping and stopping every day, busting out. War start now, can't partner when brains splashing out. People screaming, them weeping of tears. 13 years ago, Tom accidental kill a friend. Him go foreign and come back on him their yard, chill again. Thought it was over, him pick up 6 of them, over a decade now, and shot start to drill again. It's cold and bitter, innocent blood spill again. Them a call 119 and can't get rid of them. Mill of them have killer friends, and none of them not grin again. Hit skill or be kill. Now gunshot start. A crime under violence, we must get it out. Guns popping and stopping every day, busting out. War start now, can't partner when brains splashing out. People screaming, them weeping of tears, dashing out. The crime and the violence, we must get it out. Guns popping and stopping every day, busting out. War start now, can't partner when brains splashing out. People screaming, them weeping of tears, dashing out. If it diss me a day, that are the last thing said. Next thing me know, the whole place I run red. Shots more than 100. People lay ground dead. Is this a movie or reality? Quite colder than dread. Pure white powder rifle, the little 38 shot, my daughter hear that and tears drop. So me grab her and lay flat. Nicola, the Johnny, so me tell her, baby, stay flat. Really and truly, me no want we getting a straight shot. Crime under violence, we must get it out. Guns popping and stopping every day, busting out. War start now, can't partner when praying splashing out. People screaming, them weeping of tears, dashing out. The crime under violence, we must get it out. Guns popping and stopping every day, busting out. War start now, can't partner when brain splashing out. People screaming, them weeping of tears, dashing out. Hear sirens and police driving with JDF. Them have some long guns carrying them serious. In them face not smiling, AKs and M16s, and I'm a face pointing. Them boy, come here. And I saw them a class me. I'm a law-abiding citizen. But now have no Glock 40, so treat me with respect. Comprehend the compadre. Let's investigate on the problem what start is. Crime under violence, we must get it out. Guns popping and stopping every day, busting out. Or start now, can't partner when praying, splashing out. People screaming, them weeping of tears, dashing out. Real stuff. It's Amaziyah the Great. Tell them precisely. Maxwanette. Wagwan.
Whoa. Whoa!
Man, I spitfire. Man, I spitfire some lyrics, man.
What?
Yes,
This
yes.
thing get me ready to bear arms and go to war.
Wow.
Lyrical bombs,
You put me up.
explosive. Yes, yes.
Wow. You know, I must say you're dynamic in your own right, and you know, knowing you is an honor. You know, I want to ask you something. Before we wrap up here today, I want to.
No, it's just that I wish people, especially the young ones, will like pay more attention to what really I go on and the messages I utter. Because my thing was never about.
Amaziyah, you can root me out now. You see, you know. And that me I got ask you now. I'm going to continue. I got to continue. You know, but that is what I want. The message. What do you have? It's somewhere you. Yes, man. Dear yourself. So,
great minds think alike, and I think that's what occurred just now.
All the time. You know that we do that all the time, Amaziyah. So here's what I'm saying. Knowing where you have come from and the struggles you've went through and everything that you've done, maybe you went to people telling you can't do it, you're not going to succeed, and especially with the things that you're facing as a black man in Jamaica, especially during this time, what do you have to give to the youth? What advice would you give them to say, you know, to encourage them along the way?
I just tell every youth in the world, because guess what, I'm not going to talk about just Jamaica alone, but yeah, we face it here, especially in the garrison where I'm from. A lot of people feel like you can't do this, and a lot of people feel like, you know, if I come from a certain place, this not going to happen, but we have to show them. Enough people would even know some travel if me not tell them. They get to me and say, and I've been to Canada, I've been to the UK, I've been to the United States, and me still be me, me still be humble. A lot of people brand ghetto people as criminals, and me there have to show them and tell them, say, I'm a perfect example. all from the garrison are not criminals.
That's
Stars and superstars, doctors, lawyers, judges, you know, we all come from the garrison. So at the same time, I say, judge not. Don't just judge me, but because of my appearance and feel like, say, yeah, or because I come from certain place, I go and treat me like, you know, me not welcome in this world. You would just believe in yourself, keep doing all and aim high for excellence, and anything you want to believe in, work harder and harder till it achieve it.
Beautiful words of advice. Beautiful. Franco, you have anything for Amaziyah?
Why, him left me amazing. Him left me thinking, say, you know, a virgin of mine from out St. Thomas said something to me the other day, and him said, Franco, I would love us to link up with some of these poets after the pandemic over, and we put on a good culture event. You know, because he have been listening to the program every day, even if him don't listen to it live, him, you know, go back and listen to the videos I posted on YouTube, and he is commending us based on the fact that we are bringing on some poets who we have never heard from, or have never heard of them before, and the materials that, you know, that they have with them, and, you know, spitting it out on the Poetry Corner is, you know, amazing. It's amazing. And listening to Amaziyah this morning just you know, kick off the idea bulb in my head, you know. Say, yes, I have to go sit down. We have to go sit down now and put the plan together so that when all of this over, we can just move it immediately without hesitating. And it's true thing, because these are words of wisdom, and we can't have it, you know, have it hidden again. We have to, you know, have to blow it out. We have to blow it out. And I'm glad, you know, that you were able to be here this morning. I hear about the man a lot. As you know, I've been, you know, listening and watching some of your videos, them, and I'm really impressed. I'm more than impressed, you know, because you're a professional.
You mentioned 3 words. So I have to talk to you them one more time again. You say words of wisdom. I may have a couple lines to tell them. Words of wisdom in my mind me a feed. Marcus Garvey philosophy books me a read. Knowledge over war me say yes indeed. Vocabulary I out them can't stop my speed. If you want to know your past, check books about your history, books about the facts, the fiction and the mystery, books about scientists who tell you about chemistry, romantic novels make me get next to mixy. When I read no fairy tale, them thing I'm gonna teach me picnic. Dirty Babylon, no one can't come trick me. Cause words of wisdom in my mind me a feed. I am Lavanja and summer books me a read. Knowledge over war me say yes indeed. Real stuff, them can't stop me speed. Precisely.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
And talking about the kids, them, you know, them there with me.
Yeah.
I think I want to do something with me and them, you know. I don't know how much time you have left.
You have some time, man. Go on, we can spare some time, because the kids, them, you know, there's a future. I think
we'll close out with the youth, them still. We'll close out with Happy Mood, me and them, though. But sweet. I have one where, as me mentioned, kids, you know, me emphasize, you know, show respect. Respect goes a far way.
True.
You say Bolt got bronze in London and some are same sellout. Elaine Thompson lost a race, well, upon negative remarks yellow. Going to expect sure respect, history was created. America bowed down to a legend, honor greatly appreciated. Hey, not just locally but globally, Jamaicans did it. Keep negative remarks to yourself and don't even get close up with it. Be proud of who you are. I am the great one. To all our athletes and icons, I say congratulations. You see, the problem I encountered every day with my own race, but mine and envy smiling at my own face. Sneaking and creeping, they want to take my own space. Mankind so unkind, ignorance frown face. Lovers gone below 0 degree, frozen cold state. Pensive in my thoughts, mind traveling zone space. My girlfriend won't even have sex with me, vex with me, says she want time alone space. But try to get her attention, focus on her phone face. Nowadays we can't even relate, but display more hate. Anger escalate, too much alarming crime rates. Your morals slowly deteriorates, and that concern me. What kind of society gonna exist in about 2030? Social media is like cancer, feeding on your souls. implemented to prevent you from achieving on your goals. Illusion and confusion make you losing what you own. Don't lose yourself. Be yourself. Remember, you're not alone. So Wagwan, can I get some love now? Oh, sorry. I guess you love your phone. Most of us don't understand how essential life is. We sit down and waste time and don't know what time really is. If only one understood how powerful the mind is, perhaps you'd comprehend how nonsensical hype is. Marcus Garvey say unite. So why we separate? Why we still a fight? Why so many aids? Can religion and politician make my people elevate? Like Marley, I'm saying one love. Them I got tired for see me face. Franco, like Marley, I'm saying one love. Them I got tired for see me face. Flavius, Maxwanette, the whole of Spanish Town Jamaica and the world. Like Marley, I'm saying one love. Them I got tired for see me face. Some say the great. Tell them precisely. Show respect.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes,
Beautiful.
yes. We love it.
You have the room on fire.
I want you tell the whole world and those who just are tuning in where them can find you weekdays, weekends, you know, all around the place. Where them can find you.
Right on the clock, you know, me available on, well, if persons want to get directly to me, you know, the number 1-876-477-6245 on Instagram and TikTok at Precisely Great. Amaziyah the Great Music on Facebook. It's AMAZIYAHTHEGREAT. And Amaziyah the Great on TikTok. Music and poems, they're available on iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, all major download the streaming platforms. You get me? Anything else? That's supposed to be it.
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Flavius.
And hold on a second. I got to talk about that. I have the TDP show every Sunday at 5 p.m. Jamaica time. So persons can tune in. They will catch me live. Them can will vibe and socialize. They get me and say, I have all every week. I have some, you know, different guests, like 4 different guests on the panel.
Yeah.
So them can tune into the channel. And so I go on.
All right.
Also, let me take the time out because whenever I reach this yet, but let me just pass out and dive in it. We recently did a short movie because, as I mentioned, my name is Pam. There's a short movie version. I have Camaria's Way. All of them available on YouTube. There is Stay Firm. And there is Get It. But recently we did it over the Easter holidays. We took about 3 days. I was pressured by my sister Trudine, aka Quality, who annoyed me repeatedly, get this thing up and out. So we took 3 days. No more. Must be less, maybe 2.5. But it was 3 days to both write and shoot and edit. I got to say big up to the all cast, you know, my sister Trudy, my kids Naisha, John, and my nephew Akeem. Big up to Olivia and Rooster, Mark Ross, everybody who participated. Only can go check it out. It's called Easter Bun. That's right. Anybody can find the movie. 30 minutes. Them guys in Easter Bun movie. And you can see what I talk about. And you can share with comments and you can share it with people because it have a lot of messages. You get the message. So with all of that said, anything else?
Flavius?
Yeah, well, what I want to say is that you always hear that dancehall musicians are mirroring what's happening in society. But Amaziyah is doing the same thing in a very positive way. And it's very current, but they are completely positive.
Yes.
There's two sides of the coin, you know, and we need to look at that. Everybody needs to look at that, you know. So why do we have to showcase the worst of us and make it worse, you know, when we can showcase the best of us, even speaking about the worst, but we put a very positive spin on it.
Yes.
That's what I was saying.
Totally agree.
And that is marvelous, I'm telling you.
Yeah, give thanks to that.
Yeah, man, big up for that. Big up. Yeah, man.
For them artists, they know the fact that, you know, as we mentioned earlier, kids live what them learn. Them know them are role models, but they pretend they don't care. Yeah, you know, some of them just do it because they want the money thing, but y'all lead the nation astray and what got to the generation tomorrow. You have to concern about these stuff. Right. You can't just say, oh, yeah, do it now and benefit you and then the future mash up. Because remember, you know, if you mash up the youth, them meditation, want to hear youth them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because them have to go mix and mingle with the set of criminals they want to create. You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yes, yeah. At the end of the day, if you pay attention, if you pay attention, if you pay attention to what going, you realize that a lot of the legends and the forefathers them who paved the way and set the thing on a level. I mean, all right. When I go to the point of being influential and black, it's like, you know, the system get rid of you. You get what I say? And we have to try, as the king said before, words of wisdom. Them things we have to try and emphasize and be a role model to the youth them, because if we not do it today, who are going to do it tomorrow? Because we're going to have some idiots and them not going to know if I mean, not disrespect nobody, but idiot people not going to know if it educate the people. You get what I say? Me pay attention keenly and I see some things are going on. I want to share this in another point. You know, because last September when I looked, it was the passing of reggae legend Toots. A few weeks ago, Daddy Uri passed, R.I.P., another icon embedded in our arts. Yesterday, after I got the news, reggae icon Bunny Whalers died. Today, I'm still not in a happy mood. When we look overseas, even Kobe gone, the legends are leaving us, our really are gone. Bob Marley, Garnet Silk, and Dennis Brown, honestly, I still wish you were around, because some of them are treat the business like a circus, too much clowns. Globally, loved ones are grieving, feeling hurt. Even while I'm speaking, some weeping, the legends are leaving earth. Powerful black men were put to death. Call it whatever you want. This is a total mess. If it's not sickness, it's murder. Go on, feel free to check. I'm not cold, I speak bold until my last breath. Chadwick Boseman gone too soon, I'm still saying Wakanda forever. My people be wise and realize we are stronger together. Babylon the one for rise, them tell lies and act like them clever. Some say Black Lives Matter, let me see if that will get better. Well, how can it be better when they're divided and ignorant? Destruction and confusion, no progression with ignorance. You're too busy on TikTok watching Gali that comedy joke. I see you twerking on IG, not paying attention to the codes that I wrote. We're powerful together. All we need is support, seek knowledge, increase the vocabulary. Life is no joke. Be careful of the food you consume, because there are poisonous stuff in what they promote. Who created all these diseases and viruses claiming there's no antidote? Great legends are gone and I'm feeling provoked. This is no joke. My coach will make you stay woke. Are the legends really leaving us, or are they being killed? I'm somewhat bewildered. It's just a question I'm asking still. As my mind navigates, it invades my thoughts. Why? Evil men reign longer and the good one die early. This concerns me and I won't lie. Marcus Garvey, Jamaica's first national hero and one of the world's greatest man, uniting black people all over for Africa was his greatest plan. Now, news story revealed that he met his demise after suffering a stroke. I think they took him out purposely, and this is no joke. It's obvious they want to get rid of every powerful black man. I will not sit and be silent as my spoken word explode like bomb. I wish some would confess about the death of Dr. Sabi, the man who actually cured many diseases, including AIDS. I know things say him crazy. February 21st, 1965, Malcolm X was assassinated. April 4th, 68 in the States, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. Tupac, Biggie, Nipsey Hussle murder. No thinks that this is coincidence. After you have power with the people, them delete you, and that's evidence. The legends are leaving us, only God know why. Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, me still rate them till the day that I die. Aliyah was so young when she lost her life in that plane crash. The whole world cried. Gandhi was still a great man and assassinated too. Still wondering why. I could not complete the list of legends without mentioning King Selassie I. Rest in peace, all you great legends. Work well done. Our ancestors fought long and hard for us to get freedom. Educate yourself. I will not sit and be silent when I'm mute nor dumb. Our journey continues perpetually like the rise of the sun. Precisely.
Yes. So me I tell you, no, this man, if you depend wax it for the out there, you need an album ASAP.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something. You mentioned something, and these things I've been saying for the longest while. Say, we as a people need to check. Anytime we have a black man that come forward and say, unite. We need to unite and start deal with our own economy. Little after that, him gone.
Yes.
Him gone. It's either somebody come shoot him or him dead in a crash or something. Him gone.
Precisely. Quite so.
We have to wake up and live and see it.
Probably have to be careful with what I say, so I come look for me.
No, you know.
The thing about it, the truth have to be told, so I fear not. If so be it, I can't say, oh, you see me, but people have to wise and realize, we have the power. Get the message. People seem to be afraid of the system, or people seem to be afraid of the people are the power. You get the message, but people, the government kind of twist it around and make them feel like them have the power. But people are so divided and ignorant, as me saying on the point. People have to understand, say, we make things work. We them a work for, but they make it look like them a work for we. You get the message. So that's how the whole thing. You see, persuasion of the mind. Once people and not just the government do it, the whole entire system do it. You get the message. People try trick you to feel like that they are in control. You get me?
Mind control.
Yes.
That's what they must try.
I'm going to mention something very important, even though sometimes they end up, consuming their food. But most of them food that them give you, it's like a mind thing. A trick with their food. It's not actually food. It's poison, really. People are me. That's the way I said that. I mean, them not gonna eat the papaya when I buy it and it's a fruit. Them say that it's tasteful, but me I say, yo, this better than the KFC, but them not gonna see.
That's true. That's true thing. We have to go back to the earth, and deal with it.
Eat the stuff that God made and not the one that man made.
Yeah, true. But before we get out of here, you decide to give us a poetry with the kids, yeah.
No, it's actually a song. It's called Happy Mood. You ready? Nice, Johnny. Them busy on them phone and play some farmer game. They're not even listen to my show.
The same thing.
How them a deal with?
You see? Come in. Tell them I feel them time.
So on the real stuff. Sure, you
don't
know.
Johnny, I'm waiting.
Well, on them.
Come on, Johnny. Come forward.
Maxwanette, then you already.
Yes. I said, tell Johnny to come forward. I'm waiting on him.
Johnny, get out of the game and come in. So let me take the time out again to big up all of the fans them all across the globe. It's Amaziyah the Great. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Precisely Great. I'm also on TikTok, Amaziyah the Great. Please go check out the Easter Bun movie. Yes, so the latest thing we're shooting in Jamaica right now, and it's going with a bag of things because it's fascinating. You see it climb like about 2,000 views so far. I've not got one bad dislike. I've not got one bad comment. So it's all a great look, and we're really appreciating what the fans are doing so far. And, we just have to say thanks.
Sure.
You get a message. So, like we said, we're upon the real stuff show, Poetry Corner, with Franco Flavius Empress Maxwanette. It's Amaziyah the Great. Me there with me two pitting them nation and John Kedard over there to play game. But no, nothing wrong with that. Let me just say no, they're not happy mood, right? Johnny, big them up.
Big up everybody.
Nice talk. Nice. I said morning. It's actually afternoon in United States of America. But anyway, listen to what I want. Maxwanette.
Yes.
I'm in a happy mood. I will find happy groove. Now, about a son of rotten mood. Show a look of gratitude. Happy mood. But I will find happy groove. Now, about a son of rotten mood. Show a look of gratitude. Some said them hard and them not know the core. Said them I run yard and them not know the shores. When I run down hype on you fi know for sure. I'm like you saying, I'm gonna bowl for gold. My music soothe and explore your soul. Get you in a happy groove, make you dance the floor. The girls them like just the way I'm a roll. Plus I have the story, but it will never be told. I'm in a happy mood. Because we find happy groove. Nobody show a rotten mood. Show a look of gratitude. Happy mood. Because I find happy groove. Nobody show a rotten mood. Show a look of gratitude. Nice.
turn up the volume up, I start white movies. Me in a happy mood with a smiley face.
Whoa.
Hypocrite, I watch it till I abide my space. Independent like me living, no time for
That's
wait.
right.
I'm living a life of a
Sorry, I'm sure.
Nice, I'm a name for
Give it encore. Everybody want more.
I'm gonna say, if you're back, make it fun.
I'm in a happy mood. Become a fine happy groove. Nobody son a rotten mood. So look a gratitude. Happy mood. Become a fine happy groove. Nobody son a rotten mood. So look a gratitude. Few years ago, me did really depressed. My baby mother left with my kids for stress. Now you shall not journey, but now I regret. At least Kelly told me to the stars with the stretch. Me feel so iron on the party, yes. But now I mix with bad mind and them nastiness. Me elevate with wings, I mean them can't wreck. Me solid as a rock, I mean them can't catch. Happy mood. Become a fine happy groove. Nobody showing a rotten mood. Show a look of gratitude. Real stuff. Happy mood. Maxwanette. Happy mood.
Happy mood.
Yes. Bring them in night, brother. Bring them in night. Yeah, you have to get them involved.
The second verse was actually done by my sister, though, but you know, my daughter have it locked, so me just make sure deal with it.
Okay. That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, man.
Family up there.
Yeah, man.
Yes. One thing, you know, we always make it stay in the family, you know, we try. And family is not necessarily always be like biologically related. We still have a team of people we just consider as family same way, because we will always have the Mark Ross. You get me, I say, and Mark Ross is a friend of mine. Many years now, him then at the movie I learned that fight me off because him go look my girl. But you know that was all acting.
All right, my brother.
But the movie though, let me talk a little bit about it. Who want to know more? It's about, you know, it was Easter and the virgin couldn't even find Easter bun for him on a mother, nor him picking them, but him go buy woman bun. And delivering the bun, when him go up on the yard, him realized that the woman did in the house at him bun. And the man where one piece of mix up thing, and the next man end up actually eat the actual bun. So it was that, yes. It left from there till him tell himself, you know. Him sister try to talk to him and tell him, say, oh, that girl is not good for him, and him claim say him love her and nobody can get rid of him and Keisha. And, you know, the list goes on. So the man who actually were really going, this man did give the girl $5,000, from him $10,000 when I get weekly. The one time this other con man come in now and give her $10,000, she feel like so she left the $5,000 man and go with the $10,000 man. Now the $10,000 man say me have some bankruptcy and some local problem and he want $50,000. So I end up get the girl and get her money, and you know I saw it go, people get tricked all the time, and but it's have message as long as it is it have fun, it have messages, not just one thing but a lot of stuff. Don't spend your time on woman and not your kids. Always put mommy first. So basically that, and you know there are women out there who can learn from this also. If you have a virgin or private, just stay with him and don't try to run around because sweets and vanity and all that glittering, which is not gold.
True, man. I true thing that.
Yeah, man.
All right. We give thanks for you to take time out this morning. Your busy schedule and for, you know, spending some time here with us.
Oh, yes, man. It's a pleasure. It's a joy. And let me sneak in one real fast one poem because Poetry Corner, I'm not close it with dance and music. I close it with one poem. And that one name, hello? Just chill out now and stop playing on the phone. If they were to the people all over the world who feel like you face it the worst, I'm telling you this, or none of the first. We face it rough, we face it hard, we face it, you know, bitterly. If there were times in life you do something stupid and you feel like, say, you are the first. If there were times in life when I make some mistakes, you might feel like, say, you are the first. What you did I make some money? I'm going to tell a time, emerge from Zen. Sufferation starts, see it, you know, work again. The girl, if you want gone, oh my gosh, you spurt, my friend. I walked in your eye, them, say it really hurt, my friend. You have some careless girl out the road, so they're gonna call it jerk again. It's up to you, king, if you don't want going to church, my friend. But see the guns and load them out. You know, I hear say them you burst again. Learn from a mistakes, cause you still not the worst, my friend. If there were times in life you do something stupid, nobody feel like say you are the worst. And there were times in life when I make some mistakes, nobody feel like say you are the first. This girl jump out of school and for real, me did vex for that. But then the other side, I'm gonna give her some progressive chat. Hey girl, time I get serious, get involved in some successful acts. Few months time she breathe, too much sex to that. She don't know the pick me father end up on a few guests for that. Our mother kick her out of the house and say, look, something else for catch. She tell me she want dash to the belly. Me say, no, are you John not blessed for that? You have life, have hope, success, girl, stretch to that. Cause there were times in life when I make some mistakes, but believe you me, you're not the first. Tell them precisely. Someone say the great, real stuff.
Yes,
it's a pleasure being here.
Yeah,
Maxwanette, Franco, precisely.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amaziyah. Beautiful.
Yes.
And bless up to the kids, them. You know, let them continue to do what they're doing with you as well.
Yeah, quite so. Yeah, man, ready to get away while the sunshine will make it.
All right, So, we come again to the end of another Real Stuff podcast. And we thank all of you. Inside the chat room, we're participating. Courtney, Francine, Noreen, and those who didn't participate, we ask that you like this, make your comments in the comment box there, share it, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet. And make sure you tell your friend and tell them that the Real Stuff podcast is here.
Makes me weak. All you gotta do is just speak.